while Peace was reading my profile, I traveled back memory lane, and I remembered my very first public speaking experience, right? Guys, it was awful because I was just appointed the senior prefect for the boys, and I was called to give a vote of thanks. Guess what? I came out. These were people I was already used to, my classmates, and I came out, and then I rubbed my palms together, and the next minute, my hands started getting sweaty, and my feet started fidgeting. My body was shaking. I was praying, let this ground open. Let me just immerse myself. What am I doing here? These were people I was already used to. And I just prayed that I let me just go back to my seat. And I actually ran back to my seat. And this whole experience made me remember the research that has been on for many years. And the results from those research says that people fear public speaking more than they fear death itself. So it shows that people are willing to die rather than take up the stage, rather than take up the mic. And if we do a social experiment here, you see that a lot of people will leave this chat right now. If you say, everybody, you're going to introduce yourself and what you do in the next 5 minutes, people are going to start dropping off the call because they don't want people to hear their shaky voices and all of that. But relax, I've been there before. I've been there, so I understand what you're going through. But to think of it, ladies and gentlemen, in the 21st century, and if you want to succeed as a business executive, I want you to know that communication is one of the keys to actually succeed. There are two ways you can influence people and organization and culture. It is through words or actions, right? It's through words or action. So if you don't want to speak, then get ready to become an actor. Maybe you do drama or you do movies, right? But the quickest and the sharpest way to influence culture, shape ideologies and policies is through the words that come out from your mouth. And for most of the people that have come in contact with me, either as clients, either as students, I teach them that public speaking is an amazing tool to change the mindsets of people, an amazing tool to shape culture and shift mindsets. So, why is public speaking important? And why should you hone the skill if you want to succeed in whatever it is that you're doing? If you want to make impact in the lives of people, why is public speaking very important? Let me tell you this. I usually tell my clients and those who wants to learn public speaking, see, it's not about holding the mic. It's not about standing behind the podium. It's not about speaking with British or American accent. Those things are very good, but the aim of public speaking goes beyond all of those periphery. It goes beyond the secondary things that we focus on. Oh, I want to sound great. Oh, I want people to say, I love your voice. I want people to say, you speak with British or American accent. Or you want people to say that, oh, I just love the way he sounds. No, that's not the aim of public speaking. That's not the aim of standing behind the podium and holding the mic. So, what's the aim of public speaking? Very simple. The aim of public speaking is to cause transformation in the lives of people. So, it doesn't matter how you sound, primarily, it's the transformation that happens in the lives of people when they come to listen to you. So, I have the philosophy of not wasting people's time. Today is a beautiful day. You could be doing any other thing with your time, right? But you are here today. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your resources because you must have subscribed, right? So if I'm here to speak to you, I don't want to waste your time. I want you to get value for your time and resources. That's what people who listen to you want to gain: transformation, change of mindset, paradigm shifts. So when you hold the mic, I want you to have it at the back of your mind that people are expecting transformation. And that's what this is about. It's the transformation that happens in the lives of people. It's the change that occurs when you open your mouth to speak. There's something I call the mindset of possibilities through words. So when you speak, are people transformed or they're just carried away by your accent? When you speak, are people's lives changing at all? So as an aspiring global speaker, ask yourself, am I speaking to impress the people or am I actually expressing what can change their lives? I want to change your mindset, So my public speaking classes is not the regular one that you are used to. You must understand that transformation has to happen because people value their time. And why is time so important? We've heard that it has been said that time is life and life is time. Time is life and life is time. If you waste your own time, you're committing suicide. If you waste another person's time, you're committing murder. So imagine wasting other people's time and how many people you must have killed by wasting their own time. So public speaking is all about transformation, and I want us to have that at the back of our minds. It's transformation, it's impact, it's positive influence, because you may not meet those people again. You may not have the chance to meet them again. You may not have the chance to see them. You just have one opportunity to make a positive first impression. So when you meet people, make sure you leave them better than you met them. And if you have the opportunity to speak to them, make sure that transformation happens. That's the aim of public speaking. That's the aim of holding the mic. If you haven't noted this, please note this now, that whenever I open my mouth to speak, it should be transformation. Let me say this quickly, that for good or evil, you may need to write this down, maybe share with your friends and across your social media expressions. For good or evil, your words are your advertisement. Each time you open your mouth, you allow men peep into your mind. For good or evil, your words are your advertisement. Each time you open your mouth, you let men peep into your mind. So I don't need to live with you for 5 years to know who you are. I just need to give you my ear time. And when I listen to you, I already know who you are. I already know the kind of mind that you carry. I already know the kind of person that you are. It's as simple as that. So having noted that your advertisement is through the words that you speak, then you have to speak life, right? You have to speak positivity. You have to speak transformation. You have to speak impact. Is this making sense to anybody this morning? Let me see it in the chat. If this introduction is making sense to you, let me see it in the chat before I share with you the secrets that has helped me on this journey. Secrets that has helped me on this journey, of public speaking and making impact in the lives of young people across Africa and all over the world, where I have the opportunity to speak. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let me buttress a point about transformation that happens when you open your mouth to speak. And I've gotten a lot of people say to me, "So Val, ever since I connected with you, it's been one change or the other. My mindset has improved." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm humbled to hear that. Thank God." And these things happened just by speaking. These things happen just by sharing the values that I have, the values that I know, the knowledge that I've gotten, and the experiences that I've had over the years. And I give you two practical examples. Many years ago, I have prepared to go to the market, and I just coincidentally saw someone I knew. He has been on my broadcast list for some time, and then I would send inspirational messages every morning to over 1,000 contacts. And then he said to me that day, "Saval, I want to say something to you." I said, "Okay, what's it?" He said, "I almost committed suicide. I've had suicidal thoughts for some time now until your message came this morning, and I was shocked to my bones." What? You've had suicidal thoughts? Wow. He said, "Thank you so much for those words. Thank you for helping me out of the depression. Thank you for helping me not to cut short my life." And I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. We don't even know to what extent our words go, right? To what extent the impact of our words have on people. And that made me to become more intentional about the words that I say to people, about the words that I speak, because I'm sure somebody's life is changing. I'm sure transformation is happening. So this is so important, and we can create possibilities through the words that we speak. So I don't know the kind of public speaker you want to be, or the kind of leader that you want to be, or the kind of achievements you want to have. I want you this morning to create list of possibilities that you want to achieve this morning. List of possibilities. I have mine already, and some of the possibilities I want to see in Africa and the world at large is A prosperous Africa driven by the innovation of her young men and women. A prosperous Africa driven by the innovation of her young men and women. That is one of the possibilities I see and I'm working towards. And because I've created these possibilities, each time I have the opportunity to speak to people, I remind them that Africa will become prosperous by Africans. And when you harness your unique ideas and potentials, Africa will become great. That is my own possibility. So when I have the opportunity to speak, I am driving these possibilities into the minds of the people. So what possibility do you want to create? When you have that settled in, then you begin to speak to those possibilities. Your public speaking will now make sense. It will have a foundation. It will have a meaning. It will have a message. You're not speaking randomly because you've been invited to speak. There's something you want to achieve. There's an aim. There's a driving force. So I want you to have a rethink. All right. So every opportunity that I have to speak, I make sure that this message is driven home into the minds of the people, one way or another, and how that young Africans can develop their leadership skills and enterprise skills to drive this prosperity of this country, of this continent, rather. Okay. So much on that. I've given you an introduction, and I hope that it settles in. So you have to start redefining your public speaking opportunities. Having said that, let me share with you some things that can help you. What are the benefits of public speaking? What are the benefits? Does it have any benefits? Val, you speak with so much passion and feels like this is so important. Yes, it is really important. And I'll share with you about five this morning. For this morning, I'll share with you five benefits of public speaking, and maybe subsequently, I'll share with you the rest. Number one, and we may need to write this down. What are the benefits of public speaking? Number one, improved communication skills. Public speaking enhances your communication skills because communication is broad, right? And this is just an aspect of communication. So it improves your communication skills, both verbally but non-verbally. As a public speaker, when you have harnessed this skill, your communication skill shoots to the roof. People tend to listen to you so much because of perhaps your body language, the energy, the gusto, the enthusiasm, the passion, the zeal with which you approach these topics and these problems by the things that you say. So people tend to listen to you more. People tend to see you as an authority when you speak. So it improves your communication skills and it takes it to higher levels, right? That's number one. Number two, boosted confidence. But there's a caveat here. Confidence comes from a place of knowledge. Confidence comes from a place of experience. You know how you know your name like the back of your hands. And if somebody asks you, what's your name? You don't need to count the ceiling in your room to tell the person your name. You don't need to climb the mountain because you know your name like the back of your hands. So if you want to be confident, get knowledge, get experience, and you will speak from a place of knowledge and experience, right? So boosted confidence is one of the benefits of public speaking because I know what I'm going to say to these people. I don't need to fast and pray. Yeah, fasting is important, but I don't need to scratch my hair to speak to them because I know what I'm saying. It is factual. I can be fact checked, right? And people will still find me to be true and worthy. It boosts your confidence. I remember um, many years ago when I had improved. Remember, this guy was fidgety, had sweaty palms, and prayed that the ground should open. Many years later, I had improved myself. I'd taken courses, paid for mentorships, done a lot of volunteering work that exposed me to public speaking activities, and I gained confidence. I remember giving a speech somewhere and everybody was glued and they were listening. And at the end of the day, I got a lot of people say to me, how can I connect with you? I want to do business with you. I want to meet you. I want to do stuff because of the confidence with which I spoke, right? So when you are able to enhance your public speaking skills, it boosts your confidence as a person. The belief you have in yourself and in your skills and your capacity will just skyrocket. That's number two. Number three, enhance leadership abilities. Yeah, public speaking is a leadership skill everybody should have. If you call yourself a leader and you are a leader, because leadership is not about position, leadership is the ability to take responsibility for problems, especially the ones you didn't create. That's what leadership entails. The ability to inspire a positive action, the ability to influence people to do something that is right, to become a better version of who they are. That's leadership. So everyone on this call is a leader one way or the other. So if you want to enhance your leadership capacity and lead with authority and lead with influence and lead with positive influence on the lives of the people, then you have to improve your speaking skills. And that's one of the benefits of public speaking. Let me give you two practical examples. Enhance leadership skills. Remember 1953, um, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. Amazing speech ever. And he was trying to bring to the consciousness of the people how that they were not created by a lesser God, how they also have a pride in place for what they ought to do and how they ought to live their lives, right? It was through public speaking that he was able to raise those consciousness. He was able to inspire the people to see themselves as worthy individuals through public speaking. And the guy was perceived as an amazing leader. So you can have influence on people's lives. The easiest way is through speaking. Through speaking. When people listen to you and their lives are getting better, they see you as a leader. So if you want to lead more, you speak more. Absolute truth. And the fourth one is career advancement. Yeah. Public speaking helps to boost your career potentials. I remember last year in 2023, precisely August, somewhere in East Africa, I had the opportunity to speak to a group of people. And after speaking to them, I came down from the stage. Oh, a lot of people were coming to me with their cards. Oh, Saval, that was good. That was amazing. You spoke so well. Take my card. We're doing stuff in Lagos. Take my card. I want to do stuff with you. Career advancement. If you are able to speak excellently, people will tend to trust you and want to do business with you. Remember, I told you that for good or evil, your words are your advertisement. Each time you open your mouth, you let men know the content of your mind. And so people are listening and paying attention to whatever it is that you're saying. And when you come down from that stage, because they found value in what you're saying, they want to do business with you. You sounded like a professional. I want to do business with you on this level. You sounded like an authority in this field. I want to trust you with this business idea. I want to trust you with this, this client, and as the case may be. So it helps to boost your career. Five, the last but not the least, there's a lot of benefit. There's a lot of benefit, but I just want to keep it short and simple. The fifth benefit is positive impact. Yeah, positive impact. Remember, I told you that public speaking is primarily for transformation. And when you are able to transform people, you have scored the goal. People want to listen to you and have a change of heart and have a change of mind and have improved knowledge and have access to the knowledge that they didn't have that will help them to become better, whether it's in their personal life or their professional life. So it's for positive impact. When you learn this, you will make impact on the spot. Like people's lives are already impacted today, true or false. People's lives are changing, right? They are seeing things from a different perspective. They've been viewing public speaking as one kind of as one kind of thing before, but now they know it's a tool for positive transformation. They know it's a tool for positive impact. They know that you can shape culture and traditions and habits through speaking. So they have that idea, and impact is being made today. All right. So with public speaking, you can make positive impact. You can advance your career. You can enhance your leadership capacity. You can boost your confidence. And finally, you can improve your communication skills. Ladies and gentlemen, these are just a few benefits of public speaking, right? Just a few of them. And if you make use of what I've told you from the beginning till this point, I tell you that you'll be on another trajectory. You'll be on a different trajectory of impact creation. At this point in time, I want to move over to the secrets of public speaking, and I want to crave your indulgence, right, to pay attention right now. And let me know in the chat if you want to listen to these secrets that I've developed, secrets that has helped me to create impact and, to impact the lives of over 500,000 people across the world, from Africa to Europe to Nigeria, all over the place. Please type I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn. So these 26 secrets, I'm not going to share all of them. I'm just going to share very, very few of them. Secrets that has helped me to impact, to create positive influence in the lives of people and cause transformation in the lives of over 500,000 Africans within the space of 7 years. Please put in the chat. So this is not, I'm not sharing with you or something that he watched on YouTube. No. Or something that he Googled. No, I'm sharing from my life experience. Okay. Yeah. If they coincide with what you've seen on YouTube, fine and good, which makes it a universal principle. So this morning I'm going to share with you six back. Oh, I guess network didn't want me to share the secret with you guys. Oh my God. Oh yeah, start praying and casting, binding, olive oil, everybody, fire, fire. Everybody start spraying your olive oil. All right, so I'm back now. I'm back on here right now. Okay. So once again, I want to know how many persons are ready for the secrets that has helped me. Okay, so oh great. I can see your responses. More responses, please. Let me know. Great. Amazing. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, so I have summarized the secrets using the alphabets. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G till Z. 26 secrets that will turn your life around from becoming clueless or a shy speaker to becoming an exceptional speaker, creating influence anywhere you go. So uh, today I'm going to share with you amazing ones. So I want you to just continue with me. Just type in the chat A, all right? So A, the level of energy will inspire me to continue. So just type A, all right? Then I'll tell you what A is for. The secrets under A. Aha, amazing. So in this Val Okafor secrets to speaking exceptionally well, and to improve your public speaking skill, it is not A is for Apple. No, A is not for Apple here, but A, according to me, is for audience analysis. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first secret to enhancing your public speaking capacity. Audience analysis. A is for audience analysis. Before you mount that stage, please analyze your audience. Please ask questions. Please make research about the people who are going to be sitting in the audience to listen to you. Many speakers make this mistake. They don't care. Just give them a topic and they are all over the moon and they are excited. I'm going to speak tomorrow. To who? Don't know. What's the age bracket? Don't know. What do they do? Don't know. What's their behavior like? Don't know. So how are you going to make the impact and the transformation that you want to create in their lives? It's a thorough work you need to do in order to create transformation in their lives. Audience analysis. And what I tell my clients is to create an audience avatar, an imaginary audience of the kind of people who this message is for, so that you know exactly how to tailor your message. So the essence of audience analysis is actually to tailor your message to meet the needs of the people. Remember, nobody wants to waste their time. People left their houses and their busy schedules to listen to you, so they should get value for their time and their resources. You have to carry out what is called audience analysis. How do these people think? How do they behave? What's their energy level like? What are they passionate about? At least an average of these people. What are they passionate about? Ask yourself these questions and feel free to ask your hosts. What are the objectives of this topic that you want me to speak about? How many objectives do you want me to trash? Audience analysis, very important. It will help you to tailor your message appropriately. Okay? So it will help you to know what to say to a group of young professionals who just graduated from the university. It will help you to know what to say to a group of young people in secondary school. It will help you to know what to say to a group of angel investors ready to invest in your business. Audience analysis helps you to tailor your message appropriately. It will help you to know what stories to share. It will help you to know what examples to give, what illustrations to share. So secret number one is about audience analysis. You need to make in-depth research. So I used to give these two examples. You've been called to speak to undergraduates on how to succeed, right, in the academics. What are you going to tell them? What examples are you going to give to them? Something that they can relate with. Because you've made your research, you know what is obtainable within the university community and environment. You know what sorting is about. You know what night class is about. You know what CGPA is about and how to calculate it. Because these audience they understand what you're talking about. But if you don't make those researches, no impact. No impact. The second group of persons are angel investors. What are you going to say to them? And how will you say these things to them? So let's assume that Tony Elumelu is in the room, a Femi Otodela, a Dangote, a Mike Adenuga. I've just mentioned some of the billionaires in Nigeria. So a Tony Elumelu, a Mike Adenuga, a Dangote, all right, a Femi Otodela. They're in the room and you've been invited to come and speak to them on something crucial. Aha, what are you going to say? And how are you going to say these things? What are you going to say and how are you going to say it? Hmm. What examples are you going to share with them? What will you say to catch their interest? If you don't research, you will blab and blab and blab and leave the room. You'll blab and leave the room. So if you make your research, take it as a priority and make adequate research because you understand your audience, you'll make more impact. You'll make more impact. So if I find myself in a room like that, in a room, okay, Tony Lumelu is there, Femi Tedela is there, Micah Denuga is there, what am I going to say? Because I've researched these people, I know their behavior, I know their ideologies, I know what may pique their interest. So my conversation will be tied along what they are interested in hearing. Itone Lumelu is interested in Afri-capitalism. He believes that the private sector will cause transformation in Africa. He believes that the future and the prosperity of Africa is in the private sector. So empower the private sector and they will cause tremendous impact on the economy of Africa. So whatever it is that I'm saying, I'm going to tie it to empowering the private sector if I want to catch this man's interest. How did I know that? I researched. How did I know that? I read his articles. How did I know that? I read his reviews. How did I know that? I follow his engagements and his meetings. Okay? And if I want to interest in Micah Denuga, I'm going to talk about indigenous ideas, how we can bake homegrown visions to attract global attention. Because this guy started an indigenous communication platform. Apart from Etisalat, which was formerly a United Arab Emirates idea, different from MTN, which is a South African network, different from Airtel, which is an Indian network. And now we have Glow, which is more homegrown and indigenous. So whatever idea that I'm going to be sharing in that room will be tailored towards bringing up what? Indigenous idea. Do you see how you can make impact like this? By just researching your audience and knowing what piques their interest. So never make the mistake of going on that stage without making research. Is that clear? Never make the mistake of going on that stage without making a research. Audience analysis is going to make your presentation to be valuable. It's going to make your presentation to be transformational. It's going to make your presentation to be impactful. Okay. So having said that, I want you to give me the second alphabet, which will now lead me to talk to you about the second secret. Second alphabet. Oh, okay. Ah, I see. You guys are ready to learn these things. Okay. Oh, wow. Amazing. B. Everybody wants to know what this B is for. Okay. You want to know the next secret to public speaking, to speaking with ease, with steeze, right? You want to learn how to speak with ease. You need to take into cognizance the second secret. And what's the second secret? Body language. Body language. 70% of what you say depends on how. 70% of public speaking in general depends on how. 30% is what. So people don't necessarily pay attention to what you're saying. They pay attention to how you say something. That's why two people can be presenting on a particular topic and people will go for one. There's nothing wrong with the message, something wrong with the presenter. So it's about how you say a thing rather than what you say. How you say a thing. And this is where body language comes to play. Body language. Body language. I don't know if you have served before, you've joined your NYSC, please just put in the chat, I have served my fatherland. If you've served before, I just want to use a practical example. If you've served your fatherland, just type, I have served my fatherland. If you've done your NYSC, I just want to remind you, take you back to, I want to take you back. Okay, so you're still serving, so you understand this example. Remember your Said lectures. Remember your side lectures. How energetic, how interesting, how wonderful. Oh, you're already laughing because you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Half the time, people are sleeping. during those side lectures. Half the time, people are sleeping. So if you have 3,000 persons in the room, 2,950 are sleeping. I'm telling you the truth. 2,950 are already, if in fact, some are snoring. Is it that what they are saying is not interesting or not important? No, it is in the how it's being said. How? How are you saying these things? They are important information, but how are you saying them? How can you keep the people glued for hours listening to you and they don't want you to stop? It is in the body language, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to make impact with your public speaking, then your body language must be top notch. Your body language must be top notch. It's in how you say a thing. And your body language involves your energy, involves your enthusiasm, involves your zeal, involves your passion, involves your gusto. How passionate are you with the information that you're passing across? How passionate are you? So, for example, you passed a road and you discovered that there was a ditch in the middle of that road. A ditch, a very deep ditch. And then you discover that your family members are already on their way to pass that road. What are you going to do? And how are you going to tell them that there's a ditch? Ah, guys, where una dey go now? Oh, there's a ditch in front. Oh, be careful. Make una no wound una self. How are you going to tell them that there's a ditch in front? The passion, the energy with which you're going to tell them, guys, what do you think you're doing? Where are you going to? No, 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 no. You want to die? The passion. Because you know what is ahead of them. Because you know how important it is for them to be careful. The same applies to the information that you're going to pass to the people. If you don't see it as important, then it will be like the side lectures that these guys that have served their fatherland, you know. So we have to apply this knowledge to our speaking engagements for aspiring speakers in the house. Your body language says a lot. It says a lot, and you can create that difference going forward. Okay, I can see that my time is galloping, galloping, galloping. But let me get the next alphabet for the next secret. The next alphabet for the next secret. Okay. You guys want to milk me dry this morning, right? I can see that. Okay, so the next alphabet, the next secret is confidence. 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 Please write that down. Confidence. Hmm. Do you know that you can confidently be saying nonsense and people will believe you? You can confidently be saying rubbish and people will agree and say, right on, Papa. Right on, Mama. Rema, deep. Ah, deep. I got value from gibberish, from nonsense. Why? Because of the confidence the speaker was, using to say these things. Confidence is key in public speaking, and that's why our politicians have been able to get away with all the nonsense that they've told us. Can you imagine this, ladies and gentlemen? Can you imagine these people? I will build 50 bridges in 3 months. Yay! I will make 1 naira equals to $1. Yay! Say Baba, say Baba, say Baba. What? I will put everybody on scholarship once I enter. Yay! And it happened. I'm not just fabricating these stories. It happened in the last election. There was a gubernatorial aspirant that said that he was going to give scholarship to all the youths when he gets into power. And they were shouting and they were screaming. They were excited that all the youths are going to get scholarship to a foreign university. This is about 1 year plus in office and nothing has happened. If you're confident in, you will win the people over. Confidence is key in public speaking, I tell you. Once you're confident, you will get the attention of people. They will listen to you. It's like, ah, what's giving this guy his energy? It's true. What he's saying is true. So if you can keep a straight face and you're not fidgeting and your voice is not shaky, you'll win the people over. But I'm not telling you to develop confidence in swindling people or deceiving people or leading them astray. I'm saying develop confidence to cause transformation, right? So you need confidence, and confidence comes from knowledge. Comes from knowledge. Confidence comes from experience. So you must be knowledgeable. If you want to succeed in public speaking, be knowledgeable. Develop and invest in your knowledge bank every day. There's a philosophy that I've lived by, and I shared on my social media 2 days ago. One of the philosophies I live by is never to go to bed as empty as I woke up. Don't go to bed as empty as you woke up. If you want to thrive, if you want to succeed, in this industry, and speaking to people, and with public speaking, you must never go to bed as empty as you woke up. That will inspire you to keep learning new things every day. So talking about knowledge, which gives you confidence, you must invest in it. You can either pay to invest in it or serve. By serving, you get experience. By paying, you get knowledge. I hope this makes sense to someone. So knowledge is key in public speaking, because what do you want to tell the people about? Recycled knowledge? No. Current knowledge? Yes. Yes. How do you stay updated with global trends? You have to read, you have to make research. You have to read, you have to make research. Yesterday, I invested, about an hour just learning how to lead with civility, because I'm a leadership, development professional. I work with young people to develop their leadership capital. I must update myself every single day. I was learning from Shola Richards, is a global speaker from America, how to lead with civility. I need that knowledge. I won't say, oh, I've attended more than 10 leadership courses. I have professional certification from 30 organizations in the world. Or I just, I have global, from global reputable organizations that have trained me for months in leadership. I won't say, oh, have it all figured out. No, you're going to fail woefully. So confidence comes from knowledge. Invest in knowledge. Invest in knowledge, especially around your area. Okay, your area of influence. You need to know. You need to know. Let me give you this bonus point. So in your area of influence, you need to know at least 5 global people, 5 global leaders, 5 global individuals who are making waves, 5 continental individuals, 5 national individuals, 5 local individuals. 5 global, 5 continental, 5 national, 5 local. At least know that these guys exist in your industry. If it's fashion, if it's fashion design, who are the 5 people leading globally? Who are the 5 people leading in Africa? Who are the 5 people leading in Nigeria? And who are the 5 people leading in your community, in your local space? If it's Lagos, Katsina, Kaduna, Abuja, who are the 5 persons? So you need to have this knowledge. The second level of knowledge is to know that you exist. Help them know that you exist, at least from the local to national. Do they know that somebody like you exists? But that's important conversation, right? Conversation for another day. But what I'm talking about is a rich investment in knowledge, which gives birth to confidence, because you cannot form confidence. If it's not there, it's not there. If it's not there, it's not there. Garbage in, garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out is what you get. Your mind is like a bucket. It's what you pour into it, it gives back to you. So if you're wondering, how am I able to speak like this and mention names and be able to do this, it's because I invest my time in reading. I invest my time in research. I invest my time in gaining knowledge. Let me give you this example before I share the next secret, and I'll be wrapping up soon. My friend met me excitedly. He said, Val, guess what? I've been selected to represent my class in a debate competition. And I said, congratulations. He said, but I need your help. I need you to teach me how to debate. And then we started a training. I say for you to be able to debate well, you need to read some quotes from other speakers, from global leaders. He said, great. That night, he made a lot of research and then he wrote down quotes of great people. It was time to debate. First round, my guy scattered the place. He was quoting Helen Keller. He was quoting Stephen R. Covey. He was quoting Paul Kello. He was quoting Jim Maxwell. He was quoting Brian Tracy. He was quoting everybody you know. Miles Monroe, name them. Quote finished. He said, oh boy. And it was the time for the last round. What am I going to do? Quote has finished. But this guy tapped into the power of confidence. He tapped into the power of confidence. I say, you know what? I know that these people are not going to research these things I'm going to say. I know. When they go home, they will never research. So what he did was to add his name to any quote that came to his mind. So okay, my name is this, this, this. I'll just shorten the name. And then he came back, he started quoting. He said, his name is Emmanuel. He said, Emmanuel TTK once said that the downfall of a man is not the end of that man. Everybody was shouting, yay! Who is Emmanuel TTK? Don't know. That's him. He was putting his name, is what he was putting his name as the author of those quotes. He said, I know they will not go home to research. But do you know why the people believed in him? He spoke with so much confidence. He spoke with fearless confidence, if you like. Fearless confidence. That was what he spoke with. Fearless confidence. And the people believed him, you know, like we have believed our politicians. So if you want to do well in public speaking, I want you to invest in fearless, in building your confidence to a level that you're not scared of anybody. Will you have those butterflies? Yes, you will. You will have those butterflies, and it's normal for every speaker. It's normal. I tell you, it's normal for every, because your mind is trying to let you know that you have just met people that you are unfamiliar with. Something is going on in your mind. Your mind is trying to get used to the environment, and so it's trying to let out the butterflies. So for some people who are not able to manage it, it comes out as in form of shaky voices, in form of sweaty palms, in form of fidgety feet. People have ways of expressing their anxieties, right? So the mind is working. The mind is telling you, what if I have professors here? What if these people know what exactly I'm going to say? What if I fail? One secret that you need to know is that your audience wants you to succeed. Know the secret. They want you to succeed. Everybody who have left their houses and their offices and left important things to listen to you wants you to succeed. So, let me give you a practical analogy of how the mind works. I don't know how many of you here can drive, but remember that the very first time you held the steering wheel, a lot happened. Let me tell you what happened. So when you got into the car, you inserted the key in the kickstarter and you turned the engine on. Now, instead of your face to you focus on the windscreen, your face went down so that you see whether you're pressing the brake or the accelerator, and you shifted the lever from park to drive, and then your head was still down to lift your leg from the brake to the accelerator. You were not facing the windscreen because you wanted to be sure if you were doing the right thing. That's the mind picking up those information. That time versus 6 months later, 1 year later, same you is now making phone call while driving. Same you is now doing pee 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 pee. My God, how far now? You know, how far now? Waiting to happen. You're now waving. Do you know why? The mind has been able to pick up the relevant information from the kickstart to the leg movement to the shifting of the lever and to watching the side mirrors and the rear mirror and the windscreen all at the same time. The mind is so powerful. So if in public speaking, once the mind start engaging you like that, it's just trying to tell you that you need to get used to these things. You need to practice more. You need to rehearse more in order to get used to them. So when you meet a large crowd of people, you already know what to do. You're not afraid anymore. That's how powerful the mind is. What you feed it consistently, it gives you back. Um, Let me wrap up with two secrets more, and then we'll give room for feedback, questions, and other concerns. So give me the next alphabet, but let me know if this has been amazing so far. What do you think about? What do you think about this class that the blessing Okebe and her team have put together? Okay, let me know what you think about it. This is a free session that, amazing session so far. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, somebody said mind rejuvenating. Somebody said it's absolutely amazing. These are timeless secrets, globally reputed anywhere in the world, that when you practice and you practice and you put to use, you will stand out anywhere. Okay, D. Let me give you D. You can see pieces of camera now and begin to wrap up. D is for delivery techniques. Guys, this is where the game changer lies. Delivery techniques. All right, delivery techniques. And there are about 4 secrets under delivery techniques, but I'm going to give you 2 this morning. Number 1 is the use of storytelling. Storytelling is one of the delivery techniques that you can use to engage your audience. And number 2 is the use of statistics and data. Statistics and data. The other 2, I'll leave it in the cooler for now. So, as a public speaker who wants to deliver with utmost value, who wants to keep his or her audience engaged, you have to make use of the storytelling technique. Storytelling technique. People connect to stories immediately. Now, I'm going to give you a practical example, and I'm going to tell you a story to illustrate this. Uh, if I say story, you know what to reply. When we were children, they used to tell us tales by moonlight, folklores, and all. So, ladies and gentlemen, story. Once upon a
Story.
time,
Time.
absolutely great. In the animal kingdom, the goat and the monkey wanted to learn how to climb a tree. And so a tree climber came to teach the goat and the monkey how to climb a tree. They said that this training was going to last for 2 days, and so they had already marked their calendars. On that fateful day, the tree climber came with his tools. The monkey was the first to start the training while the goat watched. The tree climber told the monkey, "You want to learn how to climb a tree? The first thing you need to do is to put your right hand like this and your left hand like this, and then your right leg and your left leg, and then you move your body up." Is that clear? The monkey nodded his head in response. Okay, practice what I've told you. So the monkey put his right hand and put his left hand and the right leg followed by the left leg, and then pushed his body up, and up there he was on that tree. It was time for the goat to learn how to climb the tree. And so this tree climber called the goat and said, "Goat, it is time to learn how to climb a tree. Now, watch me. You put your hand like this, your right hand and your left hand, and your right leg and your left leg. Is that clear?" Goat said, God said, he nodded. Okay, so put your right hand and your left hand. He said, "No, no, 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 I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. I beg, I beg, I beg. I, am I deaf? Am I deaf? Am I blind? Didn't I see when you were teaching monkey how to climb a tree? I saw everything. What do you take me for? Are you calling me a daft? Are you calling me a fool?" The tree climber said, "You and the monkey don't have the same body structure. So wait, let me teach you how to climb a tree as a goat would. He said, no, get out. Get out from here, idiot. So the tree climber left because it is said that you can only take a horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink water. And so he left and the monkey left. The monkey was busy practicing jumping from one tree to another. The goat said, hey. So he said, put your right leg like this, okay? And then put your okay here, and then put your leg, and then your and then push your body. It's not working. It's not working, no. It's not just simple. Put your right leg and your left leg. It's not working. Hey, he tried again and again and again and again and again. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, up to today, the goat only knows how to climb a tree by putting its two hands on the tree. End of story. Now, guess what happened as I told this story? In your head, you're already creating a forest. True of us. You've already seen a monkey climbing a tree and you've already seen a goat being stubborn. That's the power of storytelling. It's a fiction. It didn't happen nowhere. Okay? Right? So that's the power of storytelling. You've already imagined how the teacher was telling the monkey climb a tree because we are creatures of imagination. We can imagine in our minds. So when you engage storytelling, your public speaking, you will hit the point like on period. People want to relate with a story. Storytelling is powerful. It's key because you've already painted the picture. So when you want to engage your audience, you need to understand storytelling. It can be fiction, it can be real life, it can be from your personal experiences or the experiences of other people, or the stories you've read somewhere. So how do you know the right stories to share? It goes back to the knowledge I was talking about. You need to arm yourself with so much knowledge. I have so many stories, ladies and gentlemen, to share with you on many things. Real life, from the animal kingdom, from other people's story, because I've learned from reading from other people's stories. I read stories in books, I read stories, from articles. Good. So if you want to know, and I use the stories to drive my points home. Storytelling is very important. The next delivery technique is statistical data. And when you engage your audience with statistical data, you're creating a gap and you're leaving them to think of solutions that will fill in that gap. I'll give you a practical example. So I've been invited to speak to people on unemployment issues and how young people can become valuable, right? So I come like this. Thank you very much, Pete, for the opportunity to share with this phenomenal young men and women on the importance of harnessing their enterprise skills. According to according to United Nations Development Program, Africa is estimated to hit 2.5 billion in 2050. 70% out of this population will be 30 years old. Now, what is more interesting is that 42% out of the 70% will be 15 years. The question is, will this abundant population become an asset or a body? Now, people are like, oh, okay. Oh, really? Oh, we're going to hit 2.5 billion in 2050? That's a lot. So when you use statistical data to engage your audience, you're creating a gap and you're helping them to think of solutions to fill in those gaps. And your data must be factual. Don't go and quote don't go and quote something that is non-existent, all right, as an authority. So you can, Worldometer is there for you to research. ResearchGate is for you to research. Academia is there for you to make your research to find out these data. UNDP is there for you to research. UNICEF report is there for you to research. Human Development Index is there for you to research. So when you engage with this statistical data, I believe that they will understand you. Creating a solution. The last but not the least secret I want you to give me in the chat was the next alphabet, and I will call it a wrap today. Remember, I said we have 26 secrets and we have just learned only five. Oh my world. Peace, do you want to say something before I go ahead? Hello, Peace. Do you want to say something? Your hand is raised. Do you want to say something before I go ahead?
Okay, I just want to tell them to get their questions down while you're speaking, so they could be writing their questions down. That's just what I want to say.
Amazing, amazing. All right, so guys, put your questions together. As soon as I'm done, you can ask me. So there are 26 secrets I've developed, and this is just five. Imagine what the rest is about, and you don't want to miss out on them. Imagine what the rest is about. So guys, don't miss out. So the next secret is eye contact. Eye contact is very important. Eye contact. So when you maintain eye contact with your audience, it kind of builds trust and connectivity between you and the person that you're speaking, whether it's a dialogue or you're speaking to a large crowd of people. Eye contact is very important. And in public speaking training, when we have our practical sessions, there's something called the eye lock challenge. And this is where we invite a male and a female to look into each other's eyes without blinking or smiling for 1 minute. It's called the eye lock challenge. No blinking, no smiling, no laughing. You lock your eyes. No blinking, no smiling, no laughing for 1 minute. So you want to do that with your brothers and your sisters, or you want to do that with yourself, looking into the mirror. That can help you, right? All right. So eye contact is very important. Kind of build trust and connectivity between the audience and the speaker. So when you look people in their eyes, I'm not talking about staring, not staring or moping. You are trying to pass your message across and you're maintaining eye contact with them. It builds trust. It tells them that this guy, Sabi waiting the talk, you know, it comes from a place of authority. All right. So eye contact is very important. Don't say I'm shy, oh, I'm too shy. I cannot look at him in the face. It's time to develop that capacity. And if you want to be able to make remarkable impact, then you have to take this seriously. Hmm. All right. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor speaking to every one of you on this beautiful Saturday morning. I want to thank my dear sister Blessing for the opportunity, and thank you, Peace, for moderating. And where's Victory? Victory, if you are in the chat listening, thank you for the follow-ups and everything. I appreciate you. So I'm just going to take the backstage, and I'll wait if you have questions and feedback. Then, when we are done with that, I will be back to share with you amazing opportunity that you don't want to miss out on. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity. Opportunity comes how many times? Once, so once. So you don't want to miss out on an opportunity. Our piece over to you. Thank you very much. I'll just be at the background.
Thank you so much, Mr. Val Okafor, for this amazing session. The value was top notch. I won't lie. I learned a whole lot. If you know you learned a whole lot, just like I learned a whole lot, I believe the upload you should be sending the comment section should be overwhelming. Please let's send our upload. Begin to appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir. We are so grateful. We are so grateful for the value, everything, every information. I remember when when you started, you gave your experience of your first speaking, and you were asking the floor to open. I believe that some of us should have probably had those experiences, and we are amazed to know that you overcome it, and we are certain we will overcome them too. So I believe we learned a whole lot from this session, and as I'm speaking, you've gotten your questions down. He spoke about a whole lot. He told us that public speaking is not just about the mic. It's not just about the accent. Hello, everyone. I'm speaking. It's not just about the accent, actually. It's more about the life impacted. It's more about the transformation you cause. So it's not that you're not taking, maybe you're not, don't get carried away by the mic. Instead, be driven by what you want to say. What value do you have to offer to these people? So that's actually what public speaking is more about. And I think that when he said that statement, what I drafted from there was find your voice, don't imitate anyone. Please, I'm speaking to everyone here, including myself. Find your voice. Don't try to imitate anyone. Now, there are a lot of public speakers. When you go to the net, when you go to even in your own field, you see a lot of people speaking. Find your voice. If you imitate anyone, you may end up not transforming lives. Don't get carried away by the results they see. They have all paid a price. I'm sure you heard Mr. Val when he said his first experience. It was awful because he was virtually expecting the floor to open to swallow him. But he gave experiences of when he traveled abroad, traveled to places to speak, and people were appreciating him and looking forward to collaborating with him. That's because he built himself over time. So please don't get carried away by the results that you forget to work on your process. Please work on your process and it will be an amazing one. So please, if you have questions, drop it in the comment section. I'm waiting for you. Or you could just raise your hand. I think raising your hand is more alarming. Who has questions? If you have questions, raise your hand. I'm waiting for you. Okay, whose hand is raised up? Favor Benson. You have a question. So do you mind typing your question in the comment section? Do you mind typing your question in the comment section? Or would you prefer to use your mic to say it? Okay, so you can unmute yourself and speak so we can hear you.
Thank you so much, Peace. Good morning, and good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank our leader and his blessing. Thank you so much, Mom, for this opportunity. I've learned a lot so far. And then thank you so much, Mr. Val. I've really learned from everything you shared, the secrets and the benefits, and from your experience as well. My question has to do with connectivity. The other time I had the opportunity to speak with some people about, I was teaching at the time, and before the meeting, I was not aware I was going to meet those people. So it was more like an impromptu organization or organizing kind of. And it happened that I was to handle the whole session. When it came to knowing who I was talking to, I had no idea. I only knew the need at the time, the topic. So in connecting with them, I just used random examples and I found out that not so many people benefited from the session. So having that kind of experience made me curious because it's very important to connect with people. But then when faced with in a situation where you don't have prior knowledge about them, how can I handle it? Because there are times when impromptu meetings come up like that, and to be good if I already have an idea of how to handle it, or if I don't, how can I handle it on the spot? How can I be proactive? Thank you so much.
So, Mr. Vals, I don't know if you're around to help us answer that question.
Yeah, thank you, peace. Thank you, Favor. Amazing, amazing question. So, in public speaking, impromptu speaking exists. Is sometimes we call it extemporaneous speech. But what you experienced was an impromptu challenge, impromptu speaking. And it's not your fault, right? Yeah, because you didn't prepare for it from the beginning. So, how do you deal with such situations? Um, so there's something that you can do. And if you don't know somebody in depthly, if you don't know have an in-depth knowledge of a person or the people you're speaking to or you're connecting with, there are general terms that still sounds inspiring. There are generic terms, generic jargons that you can use to still lift their spirits up and to still give them a common ground. Okay, so that's what you can employ. But at the same time, you see the reason to still continue expanding your horizon, continue developing yourself to be vast. So when you meet such situations, you're able to tackle it well. So having this general terms and general examples. For example, if you have people like that, or maybe um, they are captains of industry, the people who have done well. General terms such as, we appreciate your contribution to uplifting Nigeria's economy. Thank you for everything that you've been doing in your industry to uplift Nigeria. I don't know exactly what you do, right? I don't know to what extent your impact has gone, but I want to create a connection. So people already want their ego to be massaged. So when you come like that, thank you for your impact, thank you for your sacrifices, thank you for the pain you had to undergo in order for us to enjoy what you're enjoying today. I've not mentioned anything specific that you do, but you're already feeling good about yourself. Oh, this person knows that I'm sacrificial. This person knows that I've gone through pain. This person knows that I've burnt the midnight candles. I've made certain investments in order to birth the result that I'm. So if you approach it from that perspective, you'll still be able to give everybody a common ground. And then when you go home, you go do your assignment. When you go home, you go do your assignment. When your assignment is done, you shoot an email. Now with specific things that you know about them. I encourage people to listen to news very well. Know what's happening within your terrain, know what's happening in the nation, know who is who. You know, even the commissioner of your state, I'm speaking generally now, most people don't even know. So if he passes, they don't know. So if you invest your time in actually knowing who is who and who is handling what, when you see them in real life, you will know, oh, okay, this is the special advisor to the president on gender issues. Then you can now properly engage. But I hope this will help you when you are faced with such situations. Favor, let me know if this idea makes sense to you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. I'm very grateful. You probably answered my question. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
So thank you so much, sir, for answering that question. So is there another person that has a question? Please signify by raising your hand. You've eaten so much value. Is there any question for easy digestion? Is there any question? Is there any question? Okay. So while we are anticipating more, okay. So Chidima hand. So Chidima, do you want to speak? Esther, sorry, I'm coming. Please let Chidima speak first. So Chidima, do you want to speak or you want to send a message?
I would love to speak.
Okay, Femi, I've also seen you, Femi, too. I'll get to you. So Chidima, you have the floor. Ask your question.
Okay, thank you so much, my blessing, for organizing this webinar. Thank you, Peace. Thank you, Mr. Val. And the session has been impactful. I've learned a lot, and I've just been bowing my head in shame because of the mistakes I've realized that I made. So something similar happened to me too. And it was not a physical speaking event, it was a webinar too I organized. And after doing the prepping, knowing my audience, knowing how to relate to them, I think I had technical issues, so it kind of disrupted my mind. And I realized that when I started communicating, I didn't introduce myself. I just rushed everything, and my communication was just zero. So in times when you have unforeseen circumstances that occur, how do you do with them so that it doesn't affect your presentation, your communication? Like, communicating well with your audience, even though you have identified them, you know how to address them, you know, you're prepared actually, but then technical issues just ruin everything. And at that point, you're hopping on the call with so much pressure, so much anxiety, and it just like, it just destroys every single thing. So, how can I handle that in case of next time? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. If I got your name, Chidima, right? Okay, beautiful question. Unforeseen circumstances, like its name, unforeseen. You didn't anticipate these circumstances. They're called contingencies. You didn't anticipate them, but they happen. Such is life. And as technology keep evolving, people still try to get used to that. I remember when Zoom was a difficult thing, many people didn't know how to mute their mics, many people didn't know how to turn on their cameras, many people didn't know how to leave the room. But today, a lot of people are getting acclimatized to it. So unforeseen circumstances and contingencies happen, even in public speaking. You discover that your network is just messing up. Your network is just messing up. You can't speak. You are not able to log in, right? People can't hear you clearly. Those things happen. You didn't cause them. What can you do is to turn your adversities to an advantage. Turn your adversities to advantage. Manage, it's also about composure, and you people now call it steeze, Abi. So you want to be able to maintain your steeze and your composure still, no matter the situation. Take for instance the plane, the pilot to say, "Don't worry, everything is going to be under control. We're going to hit a turbulence, you know, a thick cloud ahead of us, but don't worry, we're going to be safe." And you're like, "Yeah, what?" And then you enter the cloud and the plane jacks. The pilot knows he's going to feel, he's not exonerated from that turbulence, but he's trying to help you to maintain calmness. And that's how you should see every situation. The ability to still maintain your composure and your calmness in the midst of challenges will speak more. Now, imagine that happened and you came on that live and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you something? That actually this life is full of challenges like we've always known. I never believed it until it happened to me now. I've been trying to log in, but to no avail. My camera didn't come up, my network was messing up, and that's how life will treat you sometimes, even when you're prepared. So you'll be faced with challenges, but your ability to stay resilient is what makes all the difference. Hey, clap for me, Joe. You can turn your adversities to advantages. Is that ability, that strength of emotional intelligence. Is a height of emotional intelligence, ladies and gentlemen. And so I've been able to develop this myself, or compose no matter what, calm no matter the situation. All right. So I just, it's one of those things. And then you use it to inspire the people. And nobody will blame Chidima again for not able to show up in time. They will now blame the circumstance and why did this thing happen to a young and elegant lady like this? They will take the blame off you and then blame those objects because you were able to turn those adversities into advantages. Let me not keep saying here because, let's give others the room to ask their questions. I hope this answers your question, Chidima.
CD, thank you so much. Thank you.
So it's an evidence that I and Mr. Val were in the spirit together, because when she asked that question, I was already waiting for him to finish so that I would say composure still remains 100%, and he even said it. So I was like, oh my god. So please, as speakers, anything can happen. They are called unforeseen circumstances because you can't see them. So, but having he said, being calm is a great advantage you should have. Turn those adversities into advantages. There are a lot of conferences we've attended. There are a lot of programs we've gone for that we didn't see a lot behind the scene. I volunteered for a conference before that a whole lot of things went wrong. But the way the convener behaved, the way the team members, the way we tried to arrange ourselves, no one guessed that a whole lot of things had gone wrong. We filled in the gaps for those who failed. We did a whole lot, and the whole program was fine. No one knew, and everybody keeps applauding the convener, keeps applauding the team. But we knew what we had to cover up for. So that's what it is. Try and We can't say what happens tomorrow. We can't say unforeseen circumstances that may come about. But your ability to, should I say, cover up these things and come out strong. Just like our parents go through a whole lot of things that we don't see. But they come out, there are tears they shed behind our back. Do you get my point? So literally, as speakers, let's brace up courage and we'll be just fine. So I'm moving on to Esther. Esther, you have the floor to ask your question now. Is she on?
Hi, good
Esther, you
morning,
have the
everyone.
floor to ask your question. Do you want to speak or you want to type okay? She's on.
Okay, I think there's a lag. I was speaking, but you weren't hearing me. Oh, okay. So, thank you very much, Mr. Val, for your session. Thank you. I just wanted to ask. I know that you've touched a bit of it, but is there like a general are there general strategies to overcoming stage frights? Like no matter how much you've spoken on stages, there are sometimes that you just feel that fright, sometimes probably because of the caliber of people there or the number of people. I don't know if everybody experiences this, but even myself, I've spoken in several places, but sometimes I still notice stage fright. It's evident in my voice for the first few seconds. Can somebody completely get over that? Are there strategies to completely eradicating stage fright? Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Esther. To answer your question, like I said, it's normal for everybody. It's normal because it's a mind thing. It's psychological. Your mind is trying to tell you that, hi, you're faced with unfamiliar people. What if, what if, what if? All the what ifs questions will begin to arise. But the difference between you and an amateur is your ability to manage the anxiety. And then the first few seconds, you hold the mic and you relax. You take off on a very high speed. So what I can tell you is a mind game, and this is the mind game that I also teach my clients, and I've also experienced myself and put to use. What's the mind game? I tell myself that there's something that I know that someone here is unaware of, something that somebody is ignorant of. So why should I feel ashamed? Why should I feel frightened to tell them what will help them? Something I know that they're unaware of. So that's the mind game I play with myself. There's something you know that somebody will use and their lives will never remain the same. So I should be celebrated. I should be listened to. Does that make sense? So it's a mind game. So, but when you practice and practice and practice and practice, just like you drive, you drive and you don't need to look at your pedals again. You don't need to look at the lever, your gear lever again. You just focus on your windscreen. That's what happens to you. When you practice and practice and practice, it comes off as easy. But will there be butterflies? Of course, definitely there will be. But your ability to manage them is what makes all the difference. So what I'm going to say to you is don't ever stop practicing. No matter how many stages that you've spoken on, don't ever stop. I do that every day. I practice and my own is segmented. My own rehearsal is segmented. Okay, maybe outside this place, I can share with you what I do. So I segment all my presentations and I rehearse each segment. So for 1 week, I'm practicing only one part of the presentation. All right. I hope that helps you.
Esther, you around? I believe that answered your question really well. So everybody experiences stage fright just as he said, but preparation will birth your performance. So how prepared you are, prepare, do your best. And there's one thing that I know works for me, and I believe it should be able to work for others. Always try positive affirmations. Ensure to tell yourself, I can do it. Try and when you are that moment when you are getting scared, that nervousness, instead use the energy, turn the energy to, should I say, agitate the message in the hearts of the people listening to you. Instead of shaking and being frightened, try and imagine yourself speaking so boldly. Take deep breaths, breathe in, breathe out, reassure yourself of how good you can be. And the global stage is ours. So Femi is Femi now. Sorry, Peter and Confidence and Esther. Yeah, I saw your hands. So but Femi raised his hands initially, so I want to ask her hands. Femi, are you still around? Femi, are you still around, or do I give the
I
floor to Anita? Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Hello, Pete. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Mr. Val. This has been so insightful. The question I was going to ask, Esther has asked it in the very way I intended to ask, like in the exact words. And I think his answers are very satisfactory. So thank you very much, sir.
Amazing. So I'm going on to Confidence. Is Confidence still around to ask her own question? Confidence, are
Yes,
you
thank you very
here?
much, please. Yes, I'm here. Thank
Okay.
you very much, please. So, my initial gratitude goes to Sir, our guest speaker, Sir Val Okafor. It was an amazing section with you so far, and to our very host, I'm Blessing Okebe. Thank you very much. So, Sir, you actually said something about tailoring your message to meet the needs of the people. So, I want to ask, in a situation whereby there are different types of audience in a room, how do you tailor your presentation to make it valuable and impactful?
Wow, you just asked a brilliant question. Amazing. You're thinking. You just asked a brilliant question, and here is what I teach, in my classes. Now, if you don't know the different levels of people that will be in attendance, then look at your topic. Your topic will tell you who and who you should focus on and who would take certain responsibilities. All right. So your topic will determine whether you're going to, mention the different set of people. Maybe the direct end users will be the youths, and then secondary end users might be parents and stakeholders, as the case may be. So you look at your topic very well and disintegrate your topic. That's the first thing you should do as a speaker. Once the topic arrives, you disintegrate the topic, you break it into different parts, and then you begin to note which part belongs to my primary end users, which part belongs to stakeholders. All right. So if you know the parts that belongs to stakeholders, you know what to say to those stakeholders. For example, I remember speaking to a topic. I was talking about unlocking Nigeria's prosperity, the role of youth and stakeholders. So primary end users were youths. What are the responsibilities youth supposed to engage in order to unlock prosperity? What are the roles that stakeholders supposed to be doing in order to unlock prosperity? So that topic already gave me my research insights to know what to say. So in my presentation, everybody is carried along. Peer for the youth, the other level for the stakeholders. I hope this helps you. So when you get a topic, disintegrate it and know who uh, have a role to play.
Thank you very much, sir. It actually helps.
Can everyone hear me? Hello.
I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, I think
Hey, ma.
we're losing Pete. Please, are you there? Well, everyone else can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
while
Okay, beautiful,
anticipating more
beautiful.
responses. So the
Okay.
question is, there probably be someone listening. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Please, your line is breaking. I think I don't know if it's from my end. Is it the same for everyone? Can you hear?
It's breaking too.
Okay, okay. Maybe we'll just take more. We'll take one or two questions before let's before we give the platform back to Mr. Val to tell us about a beautiful opportunity he has for us all. So, is there any other person raising their hands for a question? Let's just take one more before we shut down. Is there any other one? I was expecting that we even have like 20 questions with everything he has taught us so far. I was expecting that, oh, we'll be challenged intellectually. Like, I mean, public speaking is one of the topics that people always have something to ask about, because it's really that area is really not easy. But I think Mr. Val has made it very easy for us to understand some strategies on how to go about it, and I'm very sure there is more than what he taught us today. So I'm going to give you back the platform, Mr. Val. We really love to know about this beautiful opportunity, because the reason we are here is also to become better public speakers, and not just public speakers but transformational speakers, right? So that when we are talking, we own the stage. We want to own the stage, and we want to make sure that our name is still in the minds of people. The words we say, people still get to remember us. Like, they think about victory and they said, oh, she was the one who said this word that changed my life. She was the one who made challenged my mentality to this direction. So we want to hear from you, sir. What opportunity do you have? We are open to it. We want to hear about it. So go on.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Victory. Finally, I've heard your voice this morning. All right, thank you, guys. So I appreciate you all for your questions and for staying on here from the very beginning till now. So I want to introduce you to a beautiful opportunity if you want to take your public speaking journey to the very next level. If you want to speak for transformation, if you want to speak for impact, if you want to speak for influence, and even if you say, oh, Saval, okay, so is there a way that this can bring rewards in terms of even financial rewards? Of course, of course. It has its own reward all around. So if you're that person who wants to take their public speaking to the next level, this is an opportunity you need to tap into. It's called Mastering the Podium. So Mastering the Podium is a coaching program that I have developed it last year to help aspiring global speakers, not just speakers, global speakers. You want your knowledge, you want your passion, you want your solutions to be felt across borders, okay, not just in Nigeria, but others around the world can appreciate what you have to offer. This program is for you. Okay, so mastering the podium is that opportunity that when you take advantage of, your public speaking game shoots to the roof. It takes a new turn, it takes a new trajectory. You stop speaking for the sake of speaking, and then you start speaking for impact, you start speaking for influence, you start speaking for transformation. All right, so I have already had a conversation with the host, Blessing. So because of that, I'm going to be doing a massive discount to everybody who's on the call, everybody who is a part of this meeting today. If you join maybe from the WhatsApp group and you're a part of this training today, you are not going to pay the regular fee. Others will pay definitely when they join from outside. Okay, so what's that discount? Mm. Who is ready? So if you're ready to hear, just type in the chat, I am ready. Because this information that I've just shared with you is 5 out of 26. 5 out of 26. So you want to get exposed to the remaining secrets and many, many more. How to position yourself as a global speaker, how to position so that you can be recognized as a global speaker. So that how to position. I'm going to share with you how I've been able to do that, and I've have contributions on global platforms, and all of that. So if you're that person, this opportunity is for you. Now, normally people pay 100,000. Normally, this training is worth 100,000, you know, for the training. But today, I want to introduce you to my group coaching program where you're going to be in class with other aspiring global speakers and take your speaking game to the next level. So I know that your ears are itching to hear what I have to share with you today. My assistant is on the call, Favor is on the call. Okay, and she will also do the needful on the WhatsApp group. She'll post the information, the flyer, the details for registration, and everything you need to do in order to be part of the training. So today, everybody listening to me, you're not going to pay 100K. You will not pay 80,000. You will not pay 50,000. You will not pay 30,000. You will not pay 25,000. I thought you'd be clapping by now. uh That's what I expect. I thought you'd be clapping by now. You will not pay 30,000. You will not pay 25,000. Oh my world. You will not pay 25,000 still. Oh my God. Oh my God. I know that Favor is in there. Favor is saying, what is going on, sir? What are you doing? What are you doing? Because she understands um the value. She's been in the room. She's seen how we've held the hands of some of our clients, and then they've had their first TV appearances. Some of them have done their PhD defense thesis, not in Nigeria, in the US, in Canada, and everywhere. So she's like, what's going on? So everybody listening to me, you are going to pay a token of 20,000 and you'll be in class. Pay a token of 20,000 and you'll be in class. All right. And the registration has started, and you can secure your slot today and be part of those who will shape the minds and the lives of all the people. So Favor will share these details on the WhatsApp group. She's going to share the flyer. She's going to share their account details, and who to pay to and who to send your proof of payment to, and you will be added to the training group. Come September 8th, we are going to be raising another set of global speakers. We are going to raise another set of global speakers. So I want you to be part of this training, and it's going to be remarkable, even though I say that by myself. I don't waste people's time. I don't waste people's time and resources. That's my philosophy. And if you've been here from the very beginning till now, you would know that this free session was impactful. And if you're wrong with this free session, of course, your life will change. But what do you think will happen to you when you are in this closed cycle where I'll be sharing with you the remaining 21 secrets that will take your public speaking game to the very next level? So act today, and I can't wait to be in class with you. Thank you very much. Peace. Thank you, Victory. And thank you, Blessing, for um, another opportunity to share with the people of Africa on how they can become better. Femi has a question. I don't know. You can go ahead.
All right, thank you so much, sir. So my question is, you spoke on body language for the speakers, but I want to ask about body language for the audiences. Like there are times where your confidence is just right, you are saying the right things, you are giving the right energy and the right vibe, but like the body language you're getting from your audience is just not doing it for you. And many times, unfortunately, you could be speaking and you just make eye contact with one of these people, and immediately in your head you're like, am I saying rubbish? And it kind of like brings your morale down while you're speaking. So my question is, how do we handle situations like this and be able to maintain composure even while you're speaking? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So Femi wants me to start teaching the class of 8th of September right here. But I'll do you the honor. I'll do you the honor. So, and this is actually the feedback that you get from your audience, right? It's non-verbal feedback. And so when you get this feedback, it can be in form of fatigue, tiredness, or the fact that what you're saying is no longer making sense. But do you leave that stage? That's what your body is saying. So non-verbal cues such as checking of wristwatch, such as tapping of feet, such as yawning, such as sprawling. So these are non-verbal feedback that when you get from your audience, you need to do something about your presentation. Now, we all know that life happens and people come into the hall with different reactions. Somebody might just from home excited, but in traffic, the bus conductor says, see your wig, old wig, come live here. And then the entire day you're feeling bad. And even in the hall, they're looking at the speaker up and down, up and down. But it wasn't the speaker's fault. The person is just reacting based on the experience that happened in traffic. Now, it is advised that speakers focus on people who are cheerful, people who have positive vibe, and that's what your pastors do. They focus on those who are saying, "Ride on, Papa, deep, give me more," who will stand up when he approaches them, and then you see him tapping them. So to be able to maintain that composure, you need to focus on the people who gives you that energy, that positive vibe, and all of that. But on the other hand, you also need to make sure that you're giving the right energy. You're speaking with the right passion, you're speaking with the enthusiasm, right? Because you cannot also control the reactions of the people from back end, but everything you need to do from your end, make sure they are intact. I hope this helps you, and I can't wait to see you in class where you learn more.